found somebody right here by my side, always on time with what I feel. Who knew that it'd be real? Finally can be free in this beautiful existence with you, and I don't have to dream of love anymore, 'cause I'm witnessing right here my dream come.
Good morning. I am Zim Van Adams, coming to you live this morning, January the 8th, here in Los Angeles, California. I woke up this morning. You know, I've been on hiatus. I vowed not to blog or to write or to record any new videos or release any new videos for the rest of this week. But I woke up this morning to the story that broke actually New Year's Day. For those of you who've been living under a rock since New Year's and who are unaware of what's been happening in our community across the country, here in California, Oakland specifically, in the East Bay area, a young black man, 22 years old, by the name of Oscar Grant, was brutally gunned down on a subway train platform New Year's Day about 2 in the morning. He was riding on a train that was traveling from San Francisco to the East Bay area, and some type of fight ignited between two groups of men, and the Bay Area Transit Police Department were called to the scene. 5 of them showed up to the scene to sort of disperse the crowd and to gain control of the situation. And in the midst of doing so, Oscar Grant, once again a 22-year-old black man, a father of a 4-year-old daughter, who worked as he was a meat cutter at a supermarket near the train station in which he was killed. He was straddled to the ground. He was facing face down, and he was shot in the back by an officer, a transit officer who has been with the BART team for maybe about 2 years now. The bullet was shot directly into Oscar's back. You can see the video posted on YouTube and various other websites. He was shot in his back, and the bullet ricocheted off the ground and shot back through his lungs, which basically killed him instantly. A lot of his friends and onlookers, his best friend and other onlookers who videotaped the incident, who saw the activity, say that Oscar was shouting, you know, "Please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. I'm a father, I have a 4-year-old daughter, please don't taser me." You know, he at that point, I don't even think realized that he was going to be shot. And people are also arguing that even after he was shot in his back, he was then handcuffed. So, you know, here we are standing at the pulse of 2009, and yet another one of our own has been shot and brutally killed. Before, as many of you know, before I moved here to California, I worked as a therapeutic behavioral specialist in Baltimore City, working with at-risk youth, troubled youth, emotionally disturbed youth, youth with various behavioral disorders and maladaptive behaviors. And when I hear stories like these, it puts me in a place where I fear. I fear for a lot of our young black men across the country, in Baltimore, DC, Philadelphia, Chicago, Detroit, everywhere across the country. Because I've had conversations with many of them and discussed their feelings towards police officers and police departments. And it's sad that so many of them don't feel safe in their own cities, not just in fearing the harm that can be brought against them by criminals and individuals who you know, are on the attack, but more so fearing for their lives and looking at the police department as the antagonist. And when situations like these arise, it only further perpetuates the idea that police departments, whether they are security trained, transit, or the official departments for each individual city, that their best interests are not necessarily in the name and the safety of the people, and most specifically black men. Last night there were riots one major riot that took place in Oakland, where it began maybe about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon as a peaceful march, a gathering of about 100 to 200 people, and it escalated to an immense number, 700 individuals, who sort of took on this mob mentality, I guess, and out of anger and out of fear took to the streets, smashing storefront windows, damaging numerous vehicles, setting fire to trash cans, and because right now in America we're living not only in a day and time where you have to fear for your life when you walk out of your house of being shot and killed, but people, you know, have lost their homes. We're in one of the worst economic situations that this country has faced in years, and people are living in fear, and people are angry. People are very angry. So when situations like these occur, where you have a young man whose life was taken from him, taken from his mother, you know, my heart goes out to Wanda Johnson, his mother. I don't know her, and the mother of his child, I believe her name is Sophina. Because when a man is this young, regardless of circumstances, whether he's involved in certain, you know, scuffles or struggles or what have you, but to have his life taken so brutally, it puts me in fear. Not just of my own life, but in the lives of all the other young black men and Latino men and other minorities who live in these major cities and who are involved in situations where at just a blink of an eye their lives can be taken and snatched from them. And throughout the riots that took place yesterday, you know, the mayor of the Bay Area of Oakland, even he you know, tried to sort of calm the crowd and tried to sort of bring a sense of peace and solace. And it wasn't only blacks who were marching, you know, there were a lot of whites involved as well, because even though this is a racial issue, it's becoming a racial issue, it's also a people issue, a person issue, an individual issue, you know.